Conversations. My name is Joey, and as always, I'm joined by my man.
It's Chris over here tonight, man. What's up?
What's up, dude? How we doing?
How we're doing good.
Good. Yeah, we had a 90s episode planned with one of our listeners, Patrick, and we were having some technical difficulties, so we're actually recording a CMA recap impromptu episode.
That's right. We'll round back to that episode with Patrick.
Yeah, we'll run it back, Patrick. Sorry it didn't work out this time, buddy, but we will make it happen for sure, man. Thanks for being so understanding and willing to
That's right.
come back on eventually.
That's right.
But yeah, CMA Awards were that was last week? Last Wednesday?
It was, man. And
From this recording, anyway.
One of the biggest nights in country music, and it was definitely a big night.
Man, it was an awesome show. A lot of good performances. Really?
Yeah, it really was.
I can't think of any that weren't at least decent. I think they were all pretty good, actually.
There's usually one or two that.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to get a lot of hate, but there was one or two that I was kind of like, this could have been done better by somebody else or something. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
That's all right. I'm trying to think of the. I mean, obviously, Morgan and Eric was a standout. Awesome. I mean, Stapleton's vocals live were insane.
Yep.
Obviously, Luke doing Wild Things was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool, especially to do that on like that kind of platform.
Yeah,
because we've been a fan of that song since the record dropped, and it's kind of came out of hiding, and people are loving it. It's obviously the current single at radio too, climbing the charts.
Yeah, it's flying up the charts. I think it's up to. I think it was 21 this week. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 25 for sure, because last week it was like 24.
Yeah, I mean, anything Luke and Morgan both put out right now kind of fly up the charts. Did you? I mean, I know you have, but just to mention it to the listeners, the night before the CMA Awards was the BMI Awards, which is kind of an industry award. I think they do it at the Ryman. Yeah. And Luke and Morgan both won Artist Songwriter of the Year, and they sat on the stage together and sang each other's songs, and that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Morgan did Going, Going, Gone by Luke, and Luke did Thought You Should Know by Morgan, and that was pretty cool. I think online it had mixed reactions. You know, the diehard Luke fans hated Morgan covering his song and vice versa. The diehard Morgan fans hated Luke covering his song, but it's not that deep, you know?
Yeah.
It was just two artists paying homage to each other and, you know, no argument, the two biggest stars in country music right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just to
playing
see
each
those
other's
guys
songs
on stage
together. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Awesome.
You got to be excited for that. There's no need to create this false narrative of a divide and rivalry. Like, that's awesome.
No, I mean, you know, I'm sure there's a friendly. I mean, there's always a friendly rivalry, but I'd say those guys are buddies. They've toured together before, and they're about the only people that can understand what it's like to be playing stadiums right now. So
they both blew up quick. I mean, in retrospect, really anyway. It's not like they had a 10-year. Well, I mean, I don't think either one of them really had like a 10-year town story.
No, not at all.
Maybe 5-6 years.
Morgan, yeah, I mean, Luke pretty much as soon as he came to Nashville was on his way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was in North Carolina for a while doing his thing, and then Morgan was on The Voice, and then it probably took 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, when you get as big as those guys, it's not really a steady climb. You're just an overnight sensation.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, that was a really cool moment. They especially winning that award. Both of them winning that award.
Yeah, it was cool. And I mean, I'm sitting there watching that clip, and each one had one of their guitar players on stage, and Luke had Jamie Davis with him, which is we got to meet him.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
we met him in Nashville. We were in the pit for the Friday night show of Luke's tour, and he probably thought we were nuts. We're like, Jamie, what's up, man? And he was like, who the heck are these guys?
That's
funny, like, man. Just some diehard fans over here.
But yeah, I'm sure CMA week in Nashville is always crazy because everybody's in town, everybody's getting ready for the CMAs. They do the BMI awards. I'm sure there's all kinds of other stuff going on around town.
They're giving out awards at radio stations and everything.
Yeah,
like our local country music station goes every year, and they
that's cool.
Yeah, the DJ or whatever you want to call her, Nancy from K99.1 FM. Shout out Dayton, Ohio, right?
There you go.
No, she was there, and she was on like the I forget what they call it. It's like radio something, I forget, but it's like a section where they get to like take pictures of the artists and ask questions and interview them briefly and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's done that for years. She's worked for that radio station as long as I can remember from like childhood. So
and she's got to meet everybody then.
I got to meet her. I felt like I met a celebrity meeting her. She was at country concert in Fort Laramie this year.
Yeah.
And I saw her walk in. She had her like radio station shirt on. I was like, Nancy, can I get a picture with you? She was like, of course. I was like, you're a legend. She's like, no, you're a legend. I was like, you are too kind. I am nothing. No. But no, it was cool, man.
But yeah, the CMAs. I thought overall, I thought the show was great. I thought the tribute to Jimmy Buffett, they did a good job.
Oh man,
I thought the performances were good. I was kind of shocked that Zach Bryan was in the audience.
Yeah,
that was probably
that caught me off guard.
I did not think he would be anywhere near those awards, especially since he wasn't performing and he was only up for Best New Artist.
Yeah. No Aldine, no Carrie Underwood.
No.
For the Carrie Underwood, that was the first time she hasn't appeared at a CMA Awards in like
17 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
Which Aldine was there the day before doing like interview stuff. I saw.
Really?
Yeah, he took a picture with Nancy, the radio host of our station.
Yeah. I mean, the CMAs have never been very kind to Aldine, and he's. They actually yesterday. I think either today or yesterday they announced that "Let Your Boys Be Country" is the next radio single. So that would have been cool to see.
I like that
to
one.
see him perform that. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good follow up to try that in a small town. But
and it's an Aldine anthem, like totally something.
For sure.
It's straight out of the 2010s.
Yeah, I mean it's
not in a bad way. I mean
it's not a love song or a heartbreak song. So it is it's a little bit of a mixture, but the sound of it's definitely an Aldine song.
I'm down for it though. I've actually been enjoying that record, Highway Desperado.
Yeah, there's been so much new music coming out. It's hard to keep up with everything. But yeah, the Aldine record is a good one. I mean, overall with the CMAs, I think the theme of it is changing of the guard. Because I'm not, Luke Bryan and Aldine and Carrie and that generation are obviously still around. Legends, they're going to be around forever. People love them touring, but this CMA really felt like Luke and Morgan and obviously Laney, as we'll talk about here in a little bit, they're the stars now.
Yeah, it was definitely a passing on the torch. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's like that though. Every so many years,
Yeah,
but it's got to happen. Sure. I mean,
time moves on, man.
Time marches on.
That's right.
Tracy Lawrence, baby. That's the truth. That's right. Let's go through our predictions real quick and see what we got right. We sometimes when we recap the CMAs, we'll do when we predict, we try to do our predictions. We'll usually follow up with like a recap episode to see if we nailed it or got them completely wrong. And then sometimes we forget to do it. So you guys are lucky this year. We're actually recapping to see what we got right and what we got wrong. So you can judge us if you want. That's cool. New artist of the year. We both picked Jelly Roll. Ding, ding, ding. We got that one.
We got that one, man.
That was like a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah. Jelly Roll opened the show and closed the show.
Yeah. So he's on fire.
He is on fire right now, man.
One of the most grateful guys in the industry.
Loves everybody.
Yeah. You can have your opinion if it's country or not, whatever. I'm a fan, whatever it is. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how someone could listen to Need a Favor and Save Me and Son of a Sinner and Highway to Hell and some of these songs and not think that those are country songs. I mean, has he rapped in the past? Sure. But I mean, listen to those songs, listen to his voice, and it's authentic and it's country, Yeah,
and he's from the Nashville area. He grew up in Tennessee. It's not like he's from you know what I mean? But I think people just see the face tattoos and the chains and quickly have pre-biased assumptions.
Yeah, I guess. It's unfortunate. But, he's selling every show out, so people love him.
There's more love for the guy than hate, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. What's the next one here, man? Music video of the year. That went to Wait in the Truck, Hardy with Lainey Wilson.
We both got that one.
Yeah, we both picked that one.
That was a no-brainer, too.
And then music, I'm skipping ahead from the way we did our predictions, but musical event of the year also went to Wait in the Truck by Hardy with Lainey Wilson. And I believe we actually picked Save Me by Jelly Roll and Lainey.
Yeah.
But we knew it was going to be one with Lainey. We did call that. Or you called that, I think.
Yeah.
So we missed that one. Vocal group of the year, I went with Midland, and you went with Old Dominion. You got that one right.
Yeah, they just always get Old Dominion.
Yeah, they always get it. Kind of like this next one here, Vocal Duo of the Year. That one went to Brothers Osborne, which is who I picked. And
I think I might have picked Dan and Shay.
Yeah, just because that new record had some hype behind it.
I mean, the Brothers Osborne, they put out good music, they have good live shows, but they haven't had a hit in a long time. And I mean, you can say what you want about Dan and Shay, and they've had a lot of poppy music, but they've had a lot of smash hits too.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, man. Single of the year went to Fast Car, which I picked, and you picked Heart Like a Truck.
Oh man!
So I got that one. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that right.
Yeah,
Luke did pretty good for himself.
Absolutely. Song of the year, we both missed this one because this one also went to Fast Car, and you picked Wait in the Truck, and I went with kind of a wild one. I picked Next Thing You Know by Jordan Davis.
I mean, those were all good choices, but it's hard to deny Fast Car. It is a shame that Tracy Chapman wasn't there to accept the award.
I know,
but I just don't think she makes public appearances anymore. So I mean, I think people
wanted
wanted her to be there, but yeah, she just wasn't. She just didn't make an appearance. She sent in a response to the award that Sarah Evans read. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was wishing she could have been there to accept it because that would have been awesome. But still awesome that she won. Especially on a song from that long ago.
Oh, for sure, man! Such a classic song, and for a whole new generation to hear it through Luke, I mean, it's awesome.
Keeps it alive.
That's right,
for sure. Female vocalist of the year. This one was kind of a no-brainer. We both picked the winner, Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, it would have.
That would have been a huge shock if anybody else got it.
Yeah.
Male.
That's, two straight for Lainey. So she's on fire. For sure.
She took home a lot of hardware the night of the CMAs, for sure. And she, like you said, she ran it back and won female vocalist again.
Yeah.
Male vocalist, we both missed this one, which is shocking because usually you would have picked the winner. The winner was Chris Stapleton. You went with Cody Johnson, and I went with Morgan Wallen. Yeah,
I mean, they just love Stapleton.
They do, man.
I mean, the CMAs are what made Stapleton, so, I mean, they've been his biggest fan since the very, very, very beginning, and they've just kind of stuck with him.
That was like 2015, right, when he won all those awards, and like nobody knew who he was, really.
And now he's still winning.
Yeah. They ought to just call the male vocalist the Chris Stapleton Award.
That's right. What did we figure, 7 times?
Yeah, 7 times, and then Entertainer of the Year might as well be called the Garth Brooks Award because he had to literally step himself out to give the newer generation a chance.
Yeah.
Which I have my opinions on that, Eric Church. Go back a couple years.
He got one.
During the COVID year, of course, like a handout. I'm like, no way. Which it was still cool. It was still an honor, right? But the year prior, 2019, when he did the Double Down tour, like that was the year. It's all good. He got him one, so man, I was happy with it.
That's right.
The big one, we both, I think about half of the world got this one wrong. Entertainer of the Year, we both picked our guy Luke Combs, and it went to no other than Miss Lainey Wilson.
That was definitely. I think everyone thought it would be Luke or Morgan, and
yeah.
And I definitely think that it was I mean, I think if Stapleton had won, it would have been a little bit of a surprise, but people would have been not that surprised. I do not think hardly anyone was expecting Lainey to win this year.
And I love Lainey. She's very fun live. She's a great performer, a great musician. Love her new album. But I was not expecting her to take it this early in her career.
No, I mean, I think just sometimes, at the end of the day, the award shows are marketing tools for the industry. People have to remember that. Like,
true.
At the end of the day, it's about making stars and keeping people relevant. Like I know it's you know what I mean. So like,
and it's Lainey, a female that won too, which is cool.
Right? Yeah. So it's
that's the first time a female's won in a long time.
And she had just put her first arena tour on sale like 2 or 3 weeks before the CMAs. It's pretty much totally sold out. Yeah. She hasn't played sold out arenas yet, but she's sold them for next year. Yeah. And it's been a long time since a female has been selling out arenas across America. I mean, obviously, I think Morgan should have won. We wanted Luke to win. Luke's won it the last 2 years. I think Morgan deserved to win.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
if you set aside that, it's pretty cool to see what has happened to Lainey the last couple of years.
Yeah, we're still rooting for her. Like we're
Yeah.
definitely huge fans, but that was just
For sure.
It was off-putting, I guess would be the way to say that. Like we were like, whoa, but
Yeah, it was
good for
definitely
her.
a shock.
Good for her. That's all. Can't be nothing but good things for her coming. So her tour is gonna be huge.
Sold out in here in Charleston, and it's not even until next November. That's crazy.
She's just so popular right now.
Yeah.
I would honestly, what I thought was strange, and I don't mean any like disrespect to Lainey, but for her to get it over somebody that she opened for half the year was crazy to me. Cause she
Yeah, but I mean,
a
Luke's
ton
won
of
it the
those,
last
like-
2 years. I mean, I think we
Yeah.
wanted Luke to win, but I mean, I think Garth's the only, maybe Alabama. We'd have to look at the list, but I think Garth, Kenny, Alabama. I mean, when you start getting up to 3 in a row, you're talking about just the absolute all timers, and that I mean
Which
that's
we're
why I
biased
thought.
for Luke, of course. So it's
Oh
hard.
yeah, I mean I'm always going to want Luke to win, but I
I
mean
definitely think it would have went to Wallen though. Like that, I wanted
Exactly,
Luke, but I
yeah.
thought
I mean-
Morgan. I thought this was Morgan's shot. Like the redemption story. He got quote unquote black labeled by the industry for a year for his the publicity that came out about him and everything, and he finally came back to the limelight, put out another record, it blew up. Everybody loves Morgan. He's had a very successful global tour,
yeah.
selling out stadiums across the country, and he's not selling them, but scalpers are successfully reselling his tickets for a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Like people want to see Morgan Wallen, and his show is good. I saw it. It was great.
Yeah.
And so I was shocked. And that's not a jab at Lainey by any means, but
Yeah, I mean, I think if Morgan had won this year and then they gave it to Laney next year after the arena tour, I think everybody would have been cool, because then Morgan would have had his, and it would have been Laney's turn. It did seem like it was about a year too early for Laney.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. It was just a little too shy of
Yeah,
where I would have liked to have seen it happen, but
Yeah.
I don't work in the industry, so
that's right, man.
so I don't
Plus,
get to make those decisions.
I think, especially in 2023 with social media and the internet, I think that they love to shock people like this because it gets
Yeah.
everyone posting and talking, and that's at the end of the
Conjures
day.
up the conversation.
yeah,
about it.
they
Country
want-
conversation about it. Let's
That's
go.
right,
Just
man. That's right.
kidding.
That's what
I'll be here all night.
I mean, they want people talking and posting, and all
Reacting.
attention is all attention is good attention. All reaction is good.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But congrats to Lainey.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
I mean, she definitely deserved to be nominated. She's the biggest
Yeah,
female.
100%.
She's the biggest female star that we've had since Miranda and Carrie. So
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, a female country singer hasn't been able to successfully sell out arenas nationwide and since Carrie,
gosh.
probably.
15 years probably. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Which I mean, the
That's
industry.
sad.
That's a whole other story. The industry wasn't always very kind to females in country music for a long time.
Yeah.
Just with the bro country era and all that. That's a whole other episode. But
No, yeah.
But no, it is cool to see her blowing up and getting the accolades that she has, because she is a genuinely great artist, like writer, singer. She was fun live the times I've seen her. Like she does put on
Yeah.
a great show.
I mean, I think, obviously, Morgan's going to keep going. So, I mean, he's going to be nominated next year, and his fan base is going to want him to win. But if Jelly Roll sells out another arena tour, or, he hasn't really announced what he's going to do in 2024. He's got a couple shows on the books, but he hasn't announced the full tour yet. And if he has a couple more smash singles that cross over to rock and pop and country, and, I mean,
Don't be
it
surprised.
would not surprise me if Jelly jumps into the Entertainer of the Year and wins it next year.
I would not be shocked. And like we talked about in our last episode, man, the industry loves him right now.
Yeah, man.
And the fans
He's
love him too. And he's, like you said, he's
Yeah.
selling out shows everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere he goes. I mean,
It's just so hard. Like, I feel like the last few years, maybe a little bit before that even, you could kind of narrow it down, like, that's the Entertainer of the Year. Like, it's him or her, him or him. Like, it's one or the other. But now it's like there's so much competition, and country music is so popular. This is the most popular the genre has been in probably 30 years. Would you say?
Yeah.
Around
Oh
there?
we talk about that all the time. I mean,
It's crazy. Since
crazy,
the
yeah.
90s. Like, this is...
Yeah.
a full-on country music revival, and
Yeah,
you know,
I
the
mean,
Billboard charts, like country music charting all genre. It's
oh
great,
yeah,
like
yeah.
often, frequently now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean they're not going to nominate Zach Bryan for Entertainer of the Year. They nominated him for New Artist, but he should be nominated. I mean, he's
Oh,
selling
yeah,
out
he's
stadiums.
selling out
I mean,
stadiums too.
without radio. Like,
Gosh,
it's
let
crazy.
me not
I mean,
disrespect Zach Bryan, because yeah, he's killing it.
yeah,
And he was just a guy posting on Twitter not even, what, 4, 5, 6 years ago, if that.
yeah, and I mean like Cody Johnson, who just put out one of the records of the year.
Yeah.
That you and I love more than anything. I mean, he's had maybe 3 radio songs, like radio hits, and he's selling out arenas all across the country. Like,
It's crazy, man.
you know, I mean, the power of streaming and social media and just sharing music has been amazing for country music.
It's been wild, man, just seeing that, just even since we've started doing this podcast, how much, in 3 years, how much it's changed.
Oh yeah, that is crazy to think about. Just a couple years ago, because I mean, a couple years ago, you really had Luke, who had exploded to be a superstar, but we really didn't have any other new, superstars. And then in the last year and a half, 2 years, it's just exploded.
I mean, Wallen was like on the rise when we first started doing this.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just exploded in the last 2, 3 years. It's crazy, man. It's
It is
good,
crazy.
though.
Yeah,
It's a good
for
thing.
us. Good for
Yeah.
people that love country music.
It does make it harder to get tickets, though. So if you guys want to turn away from the genre for maybe like the summer months or something like that, I'm fine
That's
with it.
right.
But come back in the wintertime.
That's right.
Make it a little easier to get some tickets. But no, we...
What else have you been listening to? I know you've been listening to Cody and Jason.
Oh, dude, 100%. I've been burning up and judge me, guys, if you want, you listeners. I've been burning up that Aldean record. I have. Cody's record, I've listened to that a few times through. I've still been stuck on Getting Old, though. Combs record. Man. I haven't been able to turn it off since, March? Whenever it came out, March 28th?
24th, yeah.
24th, yeah. I listen to a song, or at least one song off that record, probably every day.
Yeah.
The Wilder Blue just put out that song with Luke.
Yeah.
That came out yesterday, or when did that drop officially? I don't even know. It was like a surprise drop.
Yeah, it kind of snuck out on me. You sent it over to me, but I hadn't seen. Usually on Fridays when you look at the release radar,
yeah,
Spotify kind of picks people that you listen to a lot, and that would have hit, but I never saw it. So
I didn't see it either. I was actually on social media and came across. No, I'm lying. I was on my Spotify homepage and it was like a suggested song.
Oh, okay.
In the middle, like where in the middle it shows like a little like picture of a song you might like. And I was like, oh snap. And I clicked on it and listened to it. Then I saw it on Instagram later yesterday. And I was like, dang, that's awesome.
That's good, man. It's a cool story because those guys they're independent. And Luke just found them and loved them and reached out to them. And
from Saving Country Music, shout out to their page and media outlet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
awesome,
cool.
Man.
That's such a cool story. But yeah.
Have you flipped through or listened to any of the Stapleton record yet?
Yeah, a couple songs. I haven't listened to it all the way through, though.
It's good, man.
I started to at work the other day, and then I got caught up doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Stapleton's like Eric. Like, he's not going to put something bad out. It might not be your cup of tea. It might not be your favorite thing ever, but if you put Stapleton on, it's going to be quality. Like, he makes quality music.
Yeah, I agree, man. His
like Kojo. Like, Kojo's always going to put out good, solid country music.
And Cody, he was saying the other day, or I read an article anyway, that he's worried that he's going to be like a one-hit wonder at radio, just with Till You Can't. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, I mean, the Painter's already up to like number 18. I think Cody's gotten 10 songs that have been certified gold or platinum. Yeah.
I think he's just more worried about the country radio aspect.
Yeah, I think Cody just wants to play the underdog role and the kind of like slight outsider role, even though he's not really anymore.
Yeah.
He plays that role really well.
That's just been his style for so long.
It has been, yeah.
But now he's kind of like, not kind of like, he's very mainstream, and which is fine. Like,
yeah, but he hasn't changed the music that he's making. He's just more popular.
Yeah, that's all it is. And some of his older fans like, oh, the music isn't as good now, or oh, he's changed up for the label, and it's like, not really. He's just matured as a man.
Yeah,
like he's just grown and he's lived a bit, and he's putting out music that he can relate to, and don't fault the guy for that. let the guy get the money and do the shows, man. I feel like any performing, touring artist, their dream is to play shows like that. You hear them say it all the time. And then their fans get mad when they get to that level.
Yeah, it's great.
And that just blows my mind. Yeah, it might be harder for you to get tickets or pit, like in the front of the pit. Man, support your favorite artists. Like, let them grow, you know? I saw people on the internet complaining about Jelly Roll playing arena, or, like amphitheaters and stuff this past summer. And they're like, oh, he's sold out. Oh, he's not going to be put on the same shows as he used to.
Oh, goodness.
And it's like, why wouldn't you root for a guy like that? Someone who's been in and out of prison and, you know, battled addiction, who's finally happy and living life and living a dream. Like, how can you be hating on that if you're a true fan? I've never understood the gatekeeping of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's just negativity that is irrelevant.
I agree, man.
But yeah, I've never been on that train. Of course, everybody loves the small, intimate shows, but that's why it's so cool when you can catch on to an artist when they're first taking off.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, for you and I this year, I mean, we've had some crazy experiences, but I mean, we saw Combs in a stadium 3 or 4 times, and we saw him in a room with about 100 people. Yeah. So we got lucky this year.
Yeah, blessed, man. That was a Luke Combs fan dream year, I think, man. I got to meet the guy. I got to be in the front of the pit at a stadium. Got to go to that, you know, small fan club acoustic show. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
It's been a year, man. It's wrapping up, though.
Man.
I don't think I have any more shows this year. Unless I do something on the fly, I don't have any more shows until February.
I've got a couple non-country shows, like some Christmas stuff, and I've actually got tickets to see Bob Dylan coming up.
Nice.
So see a legend.
Yeah,
but I think I'm done with country shows. But I'm looking.
Go ahead,
what else you got? No, you're
good. I'll tell you this. I think you know this, but for the listeners, my buddy Tyler, shout out to my boy Tyler. We bought pit tickets to see Parker McCollum. He's going to be up in Dayton, Ohio in February.
That's right.
And then, of course, we've talked about this. We got tickets for Luke's shows in Cincinnati next year.
Yep.
And then I got Childers tickets for Indiana in June.
Oh, you're going to love that, man.
I can't wait for that one, man. Stinks it's during the week, but it's only about 2 hours from us, so I'll just head out right after work and just come back. That's all I've got booked for next year, man. Got a family vacation booked in March, or April, I mean, if that matters for anything.
That's right.
But I'm kind of playing it by ear next year. I'm sure we'll do country concert in Fort Laramie. A lot of the Riverbend stuff, I'm sure. If Luke does an Asheville date, I might try to do that one, but it just depends on when it is.
Yeah.
I did recently see Ernest, though. My wife and I went and saw Ernest. He played at Brick Street in Oxford, Ohio, which is this little small college bar. It was interesting.
You've seen some good people there.
Yeah, man. Gosh, that's one of the first places I saw Luke was at Brick Street. Who else have I seen there? Drew Parker, Connor Smith. Drew Parker a couple times out there. It's been a while since he's came through, but yeah, Luke Bryan has played there. Cole Swindell has played there. Sam Hunt has played there. Warren Ziders, however you say that guy's name. I always mess it up, but he's played there. Sam Barber's coming there. Corey Kent is playing there this month.
Warren Zaders is coming to Charleston in like a 3,500, 4,000 seat arena. Like
they say he's selling tickets there. I haven't really looked, but his shows are selling. Like, you know, say what you want about his TikToks, but the guy can belt a song for sure. It's not really my thing, but he's got a fan base. Like, and they love him.
I mean, I don't know a lot of his stuff, but I mean, if it's, you know, I might go see him here in Charleston, and I mean, we'll see.
Ernest was pretty good. My wife, she loves him. I enjoy him too. So we did the VIP. I don't even want to call it a meet and greet because it wasn't really a meet and greet, but we did like the VIP ticket where you get to go in early, and Ernest was supposed to do like a 2-song acoustic set.
Yeah.
But he wound up just like hooking his phone up to a Bluetooth speaker and playing us snippets of 2 unreleased songs that he's putting out.
Really?
Which one was on the set list that night anyway. So I don't know how I felt about that, but whatever. When I purchased them, it said a group photo with Ernest. So I was thinking it would be you and the people that you came with would get a photo with him. But instead, It was everybody that got a VIP ticket was in one picture with Ernest. And I was like, man, what in the world? And then he did like a Q&A, like 10-15 minute Q&A where he let people ask questions and all that stuff, and it was over.
Yeah.
So that was I don't know. I like Ernest, but I wouldn't pay for that again. If I'm being honest, it was pretty expensive. It was, I don't know, 100 and something bucks a person, like $160 a person, when the normal GA tickets were probably like $30.
Yeah.
Nah, it was, he was cool. He was really nice and like appreciative and all that. I'll give him that. And
That's right.
he's a great writer, great singer. Love seeing him live, but it was just different than other VIPs and like meet and greets we've done. Nobody's doing it like Luke,
a lot
man.
of stuff, man. That's right, man.
Randall King, he did a free meet and greet too, actually.
I haven't seen Randall in a while.
Yeah, man, he hasn't came around in a while. He would be a perfect fit for this Lurie's Roadhouse up here.
Oh, yeah.
It would be, I'm sure it would sell tickets. It's a good sized venue for the kind of shows he's doing right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to where I saw him in Nashville at Cahoots. Well, that's Lebanon, Tennessee, but pretty much Nashville. And then the Nashville Palace. It's pretty similar in size to those venues.
Yeah.
He's still touring, though. He just went international and did a tour. Or he's going to. I can't remember.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I mean, Randall's another one of those ones that he's kind of stayed about the same level, which is fine. I mean, he's making great music and his fans love him, and he's always going to be able to play some shows,
Oh, for sure, man. And he's got a new record coming out in January? February?
I think so, yeah.
I think I pre-ordered the vinyl for it, but yeah, it's coming out. John Party just dropped a Christmas album.
That's right, man. It's a good one. I'm ready to jam out to some Christmas.
It's time, man. We need some joy. It's that time of the year, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's middle of November, man. I don't know where this year's went.
Year's flown by, and we will be. I'm already making notes for our year end because that's always my favorite episode.
Man, you know me, man. I've been making notes all year. I have like a note sheet in my phone
Yeah,
where,
me
like,
too, man.
if I hear something good, I'll write it down. If I hear something terrible, I'll type it on my phone. And I have it divided into two sections: best of 23, worst of 23.
It's gonna be hard because there's been so much good stuff this year.
Dude, I know. There's not a lot of worst though. I don't have a lot of bad stuff this year. I mean, I could probably dig and find some pretty bad stuff. Oh my gosh. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Walker Hayes.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
With his what is that song? What's it called? The Christmas version?
Yeah, Fancy Like Christmas.
Fancy Like Christmas. Yeah, dude, what in the world was that? He's just trying to milk that for all it's worth.
Hey man, you got to.
But I get it.
No shame in his game.
I'm sure everyone that loved the original song will love that one. So if you're a fan of Fancy Like, go check it out.
That's right.
It may make my year-end list for something though, just as a foreshadowing point here.
That's right.
But man, nothing else crazy has really been going on. Just listening to what you'd expect I'd be listening to. Ready to wrap this year up, get through the holidays with the family, and start going to some more shows next year.
That's right.
Hey, you got anything else tonight, man?
I think we're good.
All right, guys. This was a fun little impromptu episode, so thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. And as always, until next time, keep it country and take care of each other.